Welcome, food travelers, to another episode here in Seattle, Washington. In this episode, we're going to a all-you-can-eat sushi buffet here in Kent. If you're not familiar with the Kent location, it's actually about 15 minutes south of the airport or about 20 minutes from Seattle. And for this restaurant, they actually have two locations, one in Tacoma and one in Kent. And this Kent location is right across from the golf course, right on the Russell Road. And for this episode, I actually came here twice, and I came here once for lunchtime, and then I came again during the dinner time. I wanted to see what the big differences were. Unfortunately, when I actually came here during lunchtime on a holiday, so because of that, it's an all-you-can-eat dinner pricing. So I got to experience the dinner twice, which is fine because this was actually a really good buffet, and I really did enjoy this one. And some little bit of facts that I want to, or hours I wanted to cover here real quick is with lunchtime, it's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it's about $19.95 a person. And dinner time is from 3 p.m. to closing, and that's about $29.95 a person. And that is about $10 difference. And the biggest difference that I found out is because the dinner has a sashimi option. And another thing I also wanted to mention is, as you see in the video, selecting all the items for your order, you can only select 10 items every 15 minutes, and there is a dining period of 90-minute limit. So if you're trying to make your order and you think, oh, okay, it's been 15 minutes, they actually have a built-in timer, which is really smart for the app, and it will tell you that, hey, you still have 2 minutes 30 seconds left or something like that.
Yeah, Mike, when I saw that, I thought that was pretty interesting. It's definitely a different concept from like your normal regular buffet that you kind of go see and you just eat, and either you get a time limit or you don't. Something that actually kind of struck me was seeing the outside. To me, it appears to be a old Sherry's restaurant building, and for those who aren't familiar with Sherry's, it's similar to like a Denny's, and it has a unique shape to it. And so it was kind of nice to see that a building like that was repurposed into another buffet. And it may be just me, but from what I've seen, it seems like there's a lot of buffets kind of popping up these days. Maybe it has to do with the pricing, and maybe there's some leveraging that the restaurants can do these days to try to reduce the cost of food and whatnot. But to me, it seems like a lot more of these are popping up.
Yeah, you're right, Simon. This is a old Sherry's location or building site, and I think it's nice. I mean, I like what they did to it. It looks a lot nicer than what Sherry's locations usually are, with the huge booths and everything, and it's a lot more comfortable with the seating. But in terms of like the items that I got here, I really like the deluxe sashimi platter that they have. It's one of the main items that they have under like the chef recommendations, and it does kind of already have every single fish that you would like to eat, with like salmon, tuna, scallops and everything. And as you see in the video, like the fish, the pieces that they're cut, they're not like super thin like you would get like a conveyor belt sushi area restaurant, but they're actually pretty thick. And even for like the rolls that you see here, it's not like there's too much rice and all you're eating is just the rice. You're getting a good amount of fish for this order. And because it's like it's on a time scale where you're ordering and everything, I think they do this so that they can keep the fish very fresh, and you're getting everything fresh and nicely cut, and also to help this kitchen make all the orders in a timely fashion.
And as I saw through the video earlier, they have the server robots, and did they specifically have like certain robots that just came to certain spots with servers, or was it kind of just the robots bringing it to the tables itself, and there were no other servers other than maybe someone watching just to make sure things are going okay?
Yeah, that's a very good question there. So when I came my first time for the dinner portion, this robots rarely came by my table. It was always a server coming by and giving our table the food. And then during this lunchtime visit here, the robots came by quite frequently. I think it's maybe due to like the supply and demand, or how many patrons there are eating there at the restaurant. And there are times where the robots would kind of cross each other and run into each other, and they'll be like, get out of my way, talking to each other. And then in order to reset that, a server will have to come by and manually press a few buttons for them to move so they're not running into each other. But I think overall, there's both. I guess it really depends how many patrons there are eating there and when the food comes out.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I know we've encountered server robots before. We had Hot Pot in Las Vegas, but when I kind of observed the robots in Vegas, those robots, it seemed like it's just the same robot came to the same spot, and they didn't really go to a table specifically. They just went to a spot where the server would grab their food from that spot, and they'd go back to the kitchen, grab whatever plates they needed, and come back and drop it off at the same spot over and over. So I thought it was interesting that you noticed that they actually bumped into each other and kind of caused some havoc. But I guess it's kind of you test it out and learn and see what the issues are and then fix them later.
Yeah, I think that is something different with this one. I'm not sure if they're able to actually program it where it will only go to specific tables, but I did notice, like, if they are coming to your table, like I think my table was like C3 or C5, it would say on the front LCD screen of the robot head which table they're going to. So if you know they're coming towards you, you can be prepared that, oh, okay, your food is coming here next, and they will say, oh, thank you or something like that. And it's fun that this one actually talks to you. You know, like when we went to Vegas and we went to the Hot Pot restaurant, I think that was X-Pot, and that one, they didn't really interact too much with you. They just came and they're quiet, and pretty much, I think the server did come by at the same time to take the food off for you, but this one you get to actually take the trays off and the dishes off directly yourself, which is a little bit more fun, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit of a mix, because even with Vidara, they use robots as well. Vidara Hotel in Las Vegas, and you can actually order stuff and they'll come to your room with the robot. Will actually bring it to your room, and it's pretty interesting to see how the robots are kind of changing this whole serving industry. In terms of the hot food, did the hot food come in actually pretty hot?
Yeah, everything came in pretty hot, and it was overall a pretty good restaurant. As you saw when I was leaving the restaurant, there was a huge line, so definitely come early for that restaurant if you're going to try it. And after sushi, I wanted dessert and I wanted ice cream, so we came to a place in Federal Way. It's called nitrogen or sub nitrogen ice cream. When I was looking on their website, it's pretty interesting. They were actually featured on Shark Tank back in 2013, and it did get all the sharks interested. I don't know if you've ever watched that episode, but I think from what I read is no shark actually invested in them. But I think the whole concept of it is pretty interesting, where it's not like everything is frozen. It's kind of like you pick your own base, like original cream, reduced fat, or like a vegan or sugar-free option. Then you kind of choose your topping, and I think there's different ones with candy, nuts, and fruit, and the flavors, and there's a lot of flavors to choose from. At the time of this recording, they were actually advertising a Dole Whip version, and I really wanted Dole Whip. So the server actually recommended I choose mango as the added topping. It actually came out pretty good with the liquid nitrogen. You got to choose like how hard you want the ice cream, and I chose the softest one because I didn't want to get too cold. So it was actually a pretty good combo.
It kind of looked like a sorbet to me. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of these nitrogen ice creams. I know we've had it before a few times at other places, but it's just not my preferred ice cream. I kind of like your more traditional homemade-ish style. If now that a lot of the ice cream shops that are open these days kind of do that, but I don't know. Personally, it didn't really look that appetizing to me, but that's just me. And as I said, I'm not a fan of the nitrogen style ice creams.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. I guess it depends what type of style you like. I know we've had this discussion before where we like more creamed, like heavy creamed ice cream. Like I know there's a place in Vancouver, BC that we always go to, Ernest Ice Cream, and that was really good. I mean, I can't really compare this one with that one either. Ernest definitely hands down much better, but I mean, for a nitrogen ice cream, this was still very enjoyable. Overall, if you want a different type of experience, I would try that one. For the snowball is the sumo experience. The sashimi was fresh, it was made to order, the quality and the cutting was really good. The lines are not too long, so you don't have to wait very long. It was so good that I had to come back a second time with my family in the same week.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.